In the village of Olorunda, where the red earth smelled of rain and firewood, and the river whispered to the palms that danced in the sun, there lived a man named Adebowale. He was a builder, a maker of homes and bridges, whose hands bore the strength of the Iroko tree, yet whose heart carried the weight of longing and fatigue. Life in the village pressed upon him with both expectation and uncertainty. His betrothed, Temiloluwa, was a woman of elegance and diligence, devoted to him with care that was precise, measured, and modern. She prepared meals of leafy greens, grains, and rare oils, believing that health was the highest form of love. But in her carefully arranged dishes, the warmth of the ancestral fire and the spice of the familiar soil were absent, and Adebowale's soul hungered for something more, something rooted in memory, in comfort, in home. Not far from the village path, where traders called in the drums of mourning mingled with the scent of roasting yams, there was a small canteen, humble in its frame yet mighty in spirit. It was run by a woman named Ifeoma, whose hands knew the language of earth and fire. She pounded yam with the rhythm of old songs, stirred soups with the wisdom of grandmothers, and seasoned every dish with laughter and kindness. Here, Adebowale found a sanctuary, a place where the burdens of work and expectation were softened by warmth, where the aroma of pepper soup, egusi, and roasted plantain spoke to the memory of childhood feasts. It was not mere hunger that drew him, but the solace of presence, the gentle steadiness of a heart that gave without measure, without judgment, without expectation. Temiloluwa, noticing the flicker of longing in Adebowale's eyes, sought to control the world around them, tightening the reins of their home with rules of health, order, and propriety. Yet love, as the elders say, cannot flourish in iron cages. Misunderstandings grew like wild vines in the Harmattan winds. Adebowale, torn between duty and desire, discovered that Temiloluwa had hidden the simple pleasures he found in Ifeoma's cooking, and his heart fractured in silence. Their love, once steady, now wavered like smoke from a cooking fire. Fragile and unpredictable, life, relentless and demanding, tested Adebowale further. His work on a new bridge faltered, threatening not only his livelihood but his pride. Temiloluwa pressed for extravagant plans, unaware of the cost of ambition on a man's spirit. In these days of strain, it was Ifeoma who became the quiet anchor. Without fanfare, she offered counsel, a coin when needed, and words that carried the wisdom of the elders. Through her, Adebowale learned that true support often comes from those who ask nothing in return, and that kindness is a balm stronger than any medicine or wealth. The seasons changed, and so did hearts. Adebowale and Temiloluwa began to understand that love required more than intention. It demanded presence, communication, and compromise. They discovered that the kitchen, once a battlefield of differing ideals, could become a space of union, where the leafy greens of health and the smoky warmth of tradition could meet and dance together. In learning to cook side by side, they learned to speak without words, to understand without pride, to love without controlling. Ifeoma's canteen, once small and shadowed, grew with the quiet blessing of Adebowale's support. The village watched as the humble cook became a beacon, her work honored and nurtured. In lifting her dream, Adebowale discovered that success is not merely the building of stone and timber but the raising of people, the sowing of hope, and the sharing of opportunity. He learned, as the elders often remind, that when one hand plants, many hands harvest, and when hearts are open, prosperity multiplies. And so, in the moonlight of Olorunda, when the palms swayed and the river sang of distant rains, Adebowale walked the paths with gratitude in his heart. Temiloluwa, learning patience and the wisdom of listening, walked beside him. Together, they honored the past and embraced the present, savoring the flavor of their heritage and the nourishment of understanding. Ifeoma's laughter, once a secret comfort, now echoed in the village as a testament to the power of kindness and the resilience of the human spirit. In Olorunda, the people remember still, through the whispers of the wind and the rustle of the palms, a pot of soup shared with patience warms more than the fire that cooks it, and a heart given freely feeds the soul for a lifetime.